Yes, yes, yes. Happy Monday. How are we doing? Welcome to the show number 347. God, we are flying on this, right? So today we're going to talk about practicing losing, which is probably a weird one for people to hear, but you'll understand when we go through it. So I'm in a hotel room. I'm on the road again for a business trip this week. So still wanted to make this happen before my flight. So we're going to dive straight into the show and talk about how we handle losing. All right, let's get on. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman. If you are coming through, please do hit the love heart button. That just allows me to know if you're watching. Even if you're watching just for half the show, it's just good to see that you're watching. Just tell me in the comments how you handle it, how you cope if you lose. Do you handle it badly? Do you handle it okay, inconsistently? Do you handle it well? Okay. And before we get into it, before we dive deep into this, if you don't already work with me and the Man Coach team in the Elite Brotherhood, this may well be the best offer. In fact, it is hands down the best offer that we've put out there for men to come and work with me from now until June next year. That is an 8-month period. All right, you're going to start a 6-month movement, okay, from January, but we're going to put you in the Elite Brotherhood so you can start working on yourself immediately, okay, with a ton of bonuses. So if you want to go and see what those bonuses are on top of that, in fact, I'm going to tell you, it's like £600 off and a free ticket to a free ticket to our seminar in a couple of weeks on the 26th. Go and check it out. There's a link up here somewhere. Right, losing. I want you to lose more. I think there is this fear that losing is a bad thing, and I think it's the way that we're brought up in a generation, right? Where if you lose, or if you're not winning, you're losing. But actually, to me, losing is winning. Losing is winning. Because losing gives us something that we're probably not used to having. And that is resilience. That is robustness. That is resolve. That is education. It's experience. It's wisdom. And if we never put ourselves in positions to lose, we can never gain all of those things. Now, I was trying to think about this on the train last night when I was thinking about doing this show, and I was thinking to myself, well, what if your missus left you and you've lost in that way? Well, the way that I would look at it is that if someone's wife or girlfriend left them, everyone thinks, oh my God, you've lost. You're losing, or and sometimes I think it can be the redefining action that creates the real you. You know, what's to say that actually your girlfriend or your wife, as upsetting as it will be, that in 5 years' time could have been the making of you? What about if your business doesn't work and you've had to close down your business? Do you look at that as a loss? No. I think looking at that as a loss is a missed opportunity. Because if you lost your business, you know now what not to do to go down that road. Or you look at those decisions that you made, or the state of mind that you're in when you were in business, and think to yourself, well, when I go again, which is the key thing, we go again. Man, I've learned, I've gained experience, I've got more resilience, I know how I've made that mistake. And I think it's really important to understand that there is an opportunity behind everything that we do, where it doesn't come out the way we want it to come out. Does that make sense? Does that build, because what we're doing is we're just getting better. We're just getting better, quicker. And the more that you lose, and I don't mean don't lose your wife or lose your business. Those are two very extreme examples. But on a day-to-day basis, if you lose your temper when you really wanted to stay calm, you can take that experience and you can go, well, I've learned so much about myself from that situation. If you've come off the ball slightly over a couple of weeks and you've allowed life to consume you and overwhelm you, then you look at it as a loss where you go, well, this is the reason that happened. This is why I fell off that wagon. This is how I build myself back up. So we learn. Look at what I do with you guys. Much of what I speak about, much about my experience is about having lost so many times in life. Do I think that I would be able to deliver my coaching and my thoughts and my expressions to you had I never have lost? No, if I kept on winning or I didn't put myself in a position to even try and win, then I would just be, I don't know, I just wouldn't know what the meaning of life was, what potential there was in life, what happiness there was in life, what content there was in life. And I think that losing is a barrier, right? It becomes this fear, this blockade, this block, this wall, this barrier that stops you breaking through to the other side, to see what is possible in life, to see what you can achieve, to see what your potential is. And along the way, we are 100% going to lose along the way. And accepting that is brilliant, because actually from that loss, I'm going to extract this, and this, and that's what I learned myself, and I'm going to recharge that into my mind to make sure that the next day, and the next week, and the next month, and the next year are even better. And I'm going to accept that I'm going to probably keep losing until I die. I'm not going to manifest it. I'm not going to allow it to dictate what's what. Okay, does that make sense? So I don't want you to go out purposely to lose. I want you to go out purposely with the intent of showing up. And I want you to go out with the intent of putting yourself on the line. And I want you to go out with the intent of showing people what you're made of and leading from the front. That's what leaders do, right? They put themselves on the line and they say, this is what I'm going to try and achieve. This is how it's going to happen. This is how it's going to work. And do you know what? I'm going to learn some things along the way because I failed or I lose or I lost. Do you know what I mean? So I want you to think about going into the rest of the week, and I want you to think about the things that you're putting off simply because you're worried about losing at that one thing. Okay. And then what I want you to do is, if you do lose during the week, I want you to write down 3 opportunities from that loss. So what have I learned? Bang, 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 bang. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? And I want you to change one of the things I'm going to talk about on Friday is building your identity. And part of your identity is losing, is winning, is reflecting. Like that's what creates us as DNA, right? Does that make sense? That's what creates our DNA. My relationship to losing is so much different than it was 10 years ago. My ego took a battering 10 years ago. I was worried what people thought of me. I was worried about rejection. I was worried I wasn't good enough. I was comparing myself to other people. Whereas now I'm like, man, and I do think it comes under the umbrella of masculinity, how we look at ourselves, how we worry about what other people look at us. And I think that, like, in today's society, we shouldn't allow ego, and we shouldn't allow not being the best at everything, because we don't have to be the best at everything, affect that role. Okay. And I think there is that ego / man thing where, man, I can't be seen to be losing because I'm a man. Do you know? That's an old way of thinking, guys. That's an outdated way of thinking. As a man, you should be like, personally, you should be putting yourself on the line and accepting loss and failure as part and parcel of it, but as a character building exercise. Okay, over and over again, not dwelling, not falling into a victim mentality. Oh, woe is me, I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve. So go and find a way to achieve what you wanted to achieve, and you keep going. And that's the process. That's what creates the identity, right? All right, amigos, I'm going to go and catch my flight. So I show as normal on Wednesday. If you're looking to come and join us, go and check out our 6-month deal, plus the 2 months bonus, plus the £600 off, plus the free ticket to the seminar, plus the free coaching session from me. It's the best offer. I won't ever be doing it again. Let me know what your takeaway, your number one takeaway is from this show in the comments. Have some thought reflection, but there's 37 of you watching live. There's usually about 500-600 people that watch it. So if you get this far, well done. Let's do some reflection at the end of each show. That's what I'm trying to get you to do, is like, okay, what are you going to take away from this show, and stick it in the comments, all right? It will help you progress and move you further, rather than just sitting there watching it and not doing anything about it. What we're going to take in, what we're going to take away from it. All right, my brothers, see you on the other side.